I watched the Game Awards last night. So, I'm sitting here watching this 4-hour presentation, seeing like who's winning the Game of the Year this year. I mean, it's alright. Jeff did a nice job with the show. Sure, I have my gripes with it here and there, especially if you taking like 10 minutes to like show off a CGI trailer from like all these Hollywood folks. Yeah, I have my gripes with that. But that is not my main focus of the day. The main thing I was gushing over is two things. And the second one is going to be the main one I'm going to be touching today. First of all, the main thing that saved the show for me, one of the main things that saved the show for me, was Sega showing off their, I don't know what kind of project is this. Maybe it's like their super game project they've been talking about for the last 2 years. They talking about bringing back Shinobi. They talking about bringing Golden Axe back. Crazy Taxi. Jet Set Radio. Look, that game got leaked, went around like talking about like Sonic Frontiers or something like that. But the actually seeing real life footage being shown off and some kind of legitimate advertising, that warmed my soul at that moment right there. It's like, look, we back, baby. We is eating.
I am back. What it do, baby?
That made me so happy. Now, the main topic of the discussion today is what happened after that got shown off.
Oh yeah! Now, typically a world premiere reveals one game, but leave it to Sega to announce 5 new games in one trailer. So many memories for all of us. All of those are first of the many brand new games in development and set for release over the next several years. Thanks to Sega for that truly incredible announcement. All right, well, this next trailer might be something Dragon Ball fans have been waiting to hear about for a while. Here we go.
Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Budokai's Tenkaichi's back on the menu, baby! Yes, sir! Now, give a little bit of disclaimer on myself. I'm a diehard Dragon Ball fan, despite not growing up with the Tenkaichi series. Yeah, I'm one of those kids who never grew up playing these games on the PS2. I was kind of late on the party. People who's already been playing the Budokai games, Ultimate Battle 22, the Budokai Tenkaichi games on the PS2. I didn't grow up with that, unfortunately. However, I can't say I didn't get my fair end of the share. I got the tail end of it during the HD era, when we got Burst Limit and not Ultimate Tenkaichi. That game was kind of trash. And we got Rage and Blast 1 and 2. Yeah, I technically got on the train, and I understand how people be feeling. It's like, yeah, we getting Tenkaichi back. So I'm looking at this trailer. This game looks gorgeous. This game looks immaculate. I mean, look at Cell. Look at Goku. Like, this is like, if you ever seen the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that came out a while back, this looked exactly like how I would imagine that being in 3D. Like, they took Shintani's art style and just ran with it and did it for every single character. This looks so good. You're going through like the Rocky Mountains. You pretty much finding there. You deflecting key blasts. It's like, how long has it been since we got something like that? That was like Rage and Blast that we got that. We got beam struggles. I mean, they cut it out like last minute. This is like right when they showing off the characters, which sucks. But we got beam clashes back in. We gonna be literally messing around with the analog stick, pretty much breaking our hands and stuff, breaking the palm of my hands. It's like, dog, I'm trying to win. He said, stop, let me win at the end of the day. My match is gonna go crazy. So the roster as of right now, they showing off in the trailer. They got Frieza, they got Vegeta, they got Goku. You pretty much your standard people. They got Cell, they got Majin Buu, they got Android 18, they got 2 iterations of Trunks. They got the regular Super Saiyan Trunks, and then you got the Dragon Ball Super era Trunks, and then you got the MVP Super 17. I mean, not Super 17. Oh, it would be nice if they got them in the game. They got 17 in there. They got Majin Buu, Hercules in there, Jiren's in there, and my main surprise in here was not just your average character that's been in here, like your Goku's and your Frieza or something like that. They're in pretty much a requirement. They put Bergamo in the game. This dude was only featured in 1 episode in Dragon Ball Super. The fact that they put this character in automatically told me, yeah, this is a legit Budokai Tenkaichi game, because when you got a non-essential character like that in your mainline video games, you already know they're gonna probably put more people like that in. Like that actually was pretty much the highlight of the thing. This is like, yeah, this is definitely a Budokai Tenkaichi game. If we're getting like people like that. That makes me more excited to say, like, look, what else is they gonna put? Who else is gonna be in here? What background character 7076 is going to get in the game next? Like, I'm actually more hyped for that, since like all these random characters that most people would usually not pick, but they probably might end up being somebody's favorite in a long time. But I do have a question. It's like, how the game would play would actually feel like, because it's been like almost 10 years since, like, when Raging Blast 1 came out 2009. Raging Blast 2 came out 2010. So in actuality, it's been like already like a little bit over 10 years since the last Budokai Tenkaichi game, quote unquote, that's already been out. So I just want to see like how they're gonna do it, because I do not want this game playing like, I do not want this game to be playing like Garbo, Xenoverse, and Xenoverse 2. I'm sorry to those who like Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. I just cannot get into that game anymore. Like, back in high school when that game came out, I liked it to a certain extent. The game looked ugly. I mean, look at this. Look at the game. You look at this, is like everybody's super metallic and everything. Looking like they look fat and metallic. I don't like that. This game, they look like how they were supposed to look like from a Dragon Ball Z movie coming out nowadays. I'm actually super hyped and excited for that. But just make sure the gameplay feels good to play. Make this arena fighter feel fun to play. And also, if the game ends up being broken on launch when it comes to like player balancing, I say like, oh man, this is definitely a Budokai Tenkaichi game, man. I'm so hyped for this. I'm so hyped for this project coming out. They're probably going to show more off of this at Dragon Ball Battle Hour in next month. But one hope I do have after this game comes out, and if it does do well, I have one request, Namco Bandai. I have one request. If you can revive the Budokai Tenkaichi franchise in this manner, can you please revive the Budokai games? Look, we pretty much the Budokai Tenkaichi fan base. They've been eating in some form or fashion, even if it's something garbo as Xenoverse, which getting all the DLC and everything. But us Budokai fans been starving since 2008. Burst Limit was my first introduction to Dragon Ball Z video games, and that's the best game of all time to me. One of the best Dragon Ball Z games of all time for me. Right by Dragon Ball FighterZ and Budokai 1. That's all I'm asking. But I'm so hyped for this game, man. I can't wait to play online on this. I hope the netcode's good. I hope the character roster is very vast. This is like, okay. Before I end this video off, I want to say one other wish list I will have for this game particularly. This is pretty much like my bare minimum thing. I don't know how they're gonna do with the story mode or anything like that, but my bare minimum thing when it comes to the roster, I would love everybody, like all the core essential characters in Dragon Ball Super from Battle of Gods all the way up to Tournament of Power. At bare minimum, everybody who participated from your average civilians, your basic Saiyans, all the Frieza soldiers, all the battles, all the gods of destructions and angels up until that point. Plus, if they can, I hope they do, manga exclusive characters. If they get the manga exclusive characters like Moro, Granola, the Heaters, Black Frieza, Ultra Ego Vegeta, we will be cooking. That would be the best thing to see. I was like, I would love to see how Ultra Ego Vegeta's moveset will look in this game. I would love to see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm so hyped for this game. If you can't even tell from what I've been saying. But outside of that, thank you for watching. And I don't know when the next video is going to come out after this. So, yeah.